Let's talk about the science of sales and marketing based on the reality of how humans actually are. Okay? And for educational purposes, right, we're going to make some categories, and these are not by any means hard and fast. It's just to make things easier to explain. It's for educational purposes, all right? So, for educational purposes, there are 3 reasons why people would decide to buy from you. And reason number 3 is your pricing, okay? And the best example is the price of gasoline between different nearby gas stations. And you can realize this is based on pain avoidance and pleasure seeking, which is pricing. Higher price is a pain. Lower price is a pleasure. Number 2, it's logistics. The logistics of how easy or how consistent or how quickly it is to buy from you. If there are 2 methods or 2 delivery methods, one of them is 1 day quicker, but they are pretty much the same price, then we would go for the one that's 1 day quicker. Or take McDonald's, for example, okay? When people are on a road trip, okay, it's highly likely they would go to a McDonald's. Why? Because they're not from here, they're passing through, they need food, and they don't know the quality of all the local places and all the places that's along the route, okay? It's McDonald's. They bought their restaurants at the best locations on the road. So you go to McDonald's, knowing, okay, what quality to expect, all right? The quality other than the long-term nutritional value. Everything else, it's pretty good, okay? It comes out fast. It tastes the same all over the country, okay? And you roughly know what the prices are going to be, okay? Within 50% ballpark, right? And you roughly know how long it's going to take, right? And you know how it's going to taste, right? And you know it's going to be clean, right? The chances of you getting food poisoning is not very high. And you know the long-term nutritional value or the lack of long-term nutritional value, all right? It's consistent. So you went into it because of the logistics, okay? You didn't go in there for long-term nutritional value. You went in there for the logistics. And the number 1 reason people would buy is because this product or this service will solve their needs, their problems, their pain. That is the number 1 reason people would buy something. And hence, all the advertising and marketing for this category of reasons, okay, are all content marketing. It's not to tell you about the pricing. It's not to tell you how quick they would deliver. It's to tell you about how this product or this service will solve your problems and solve your pain. And the problem can either be for real or it's just a matter of perception. For example, okay, I'm hungry. I need food now, okay? That problem is for real, all right? I don't have a roof over my head. That problem is for real, okay? I don't have transportation to get to my work to earn a living. That problem is for real. Problems can also be just a perception. For example, my coffee is not tasty enough. My coffee is not fancy enough. Or my car is not fancy enough. My car is not fast enough. Okay? My car doesn't open the door for me automatically. My $100,000 car can get from 0 to 60 miles an hour in 4 seconds. That's not fast enough. I need a car that can get from 0 to 60 miles an hour in 3 seconds. And I'm going to pay $200,000 for it. Okay? Unless you're a racing car driver, okay, making money from winning competitions, if your car is to help you to get from A to B, just like the rest of us on the streets, okay, you take your car from your home to your office, that is not a real problem, but a problem in your perception, all right? And this can just get cranked up and up and up, okay? My car is $200,000. It gets from 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. That's not fast enough. I need something faster. 2 seconds. From 0 to 60. So I need to pay $100,000, no, $1 million for the car that will knock it down for 1 second from 0 to 60. Once again, if you're a racing car driver, you want to win competitions, that is a real problem. But if you just like the rest of us, use your car from A to B, that is a problem of perception. But either way, okay, to us, observer, it may look like a real problem or a perception problem. But in the mind of the prospect, okay, to them, that problem is not a perception. That problem is for real. This is very important for a salesperson, for a marketer to understand. Because a lot of times, to them, it's a real problem, but to you, it's a perception of a problem, and you miss out on so much opportunity, which we'll explain later. And then there's the borderline, part real, part perception. For example, I don't have time to cook. Is that for real or is that a perception? It's both. Yes, you don't have time to cook now. You don't have time to cook today. But what about next week, next month? Are you not able to improve your time management, your planning skills? So you will have time to cook next week and next month. So this is part real and part perception. Again, to the prospect, it's all for real. There's no such thing as the problem only exists in the mind. But to you, the marketer, the salesperson, you need to understand the difference in your head, in your logic thinking. Okay? Sales, a lot of it, sales and marketing, is to use your logical, analytical skill to analyze other people's emotion, other people's feelings. But be they real, be they perception, be they borderline, be they half, it must be a pain. It can be a pain of a pain, or it can be a pain created in the mind by longing for pleasure. For example, I wish I wasn't in the office. I wish I was at Disneyland. I wish I was on the beach right now. Okay? That is a pain created by longing for pleasure, or not wanting to endure what is now. Not being present because present is boring. All right? Present is not exciting. So much of what people call pain in modern life, right? When we have running water, electricity, modern transportation, internet, computer, so much of what we call pain as a modern society is lack of excitement. Okay? Lack of excitement can create so much pain in people's modern lives. This is what marketer calls boredom. People are bored. So you need to inject excitement in their lives, be it your product or your marketing or your content marketing. It cannot be boring. It's got to be exciting. Exciting to them, to your prospects. And we talked about long-term pain and short-term pain. Long-term pleasure, short-term pleasure. Some people who are smart, so they endure short-term pain in exchange for long-term pleasure. Some people who lack wisdom, they indulge in short-term pleasure and ended up having to endure long-term pain. Okay, we talked about that. Now, there's another way for you to categorize pain and pleasure, which is pain and pleasure when it comes to making money. Okay, when it comes to working, when it comes to earning, versus pain and pleasure when it comes to living, spending money. Okay, luxury, not working, not making money. Now, pain and pleasure when it comes to working, when it comes to earning money, is you're not making enough money, or your way of making money is too difficult, too painful, not efficient. Okay, too much trouble, too much BS, and in their mind, their effort versus their return is out of whack. They put in too much effort and not generating enough return. So those are all pains that you can help them to identify and then sell them your product or your service. Right? Now, in living, okay, we're talking about modern industrialized societies. All right? The pain is lack of excitement. All right? My coffee is not fancy enough. My coffee is not tasty enough. Okay? It's never, I can't get coffee. Or I can't get drinking water. I can't get fresh drinking water. That's not a problem within modernity, not with the industrialized nations. Okay? The problems with industrialized nations when it comes to consumption, spending money, is not exciting enough. All right? And then both in a category of making money versus the category of spending money, okay, the problem can be both for real or it's just a matter of perception, especially in the category of spending money. Like, my coffee is not exciting enough, or my way of making coffee is too troublesome to me. Okay, the worst, okay, method of making coffee, okay, in the 21st century is still easier than any method back in 150 years ago, in the late 1800s, okay? But people's perception has changed, all right? So even if the easiest way to make coffee back in the late 1800s is going to be viewed as not acceptable, too much trouble by people in the 21st century. So it's people's perception, how they came upon that perception, what are they comparing with, what is their reference point. You need to understand all of this better than them. If they understand this better than you, you're not going to be able to sell them anything because you don't understand their feeling, their thinking. You have to understand their thinking and their feeling better than them, right? Having perspective, having a better reference point on their thinking and on their feeling. That is your job as a salesperson, as a marketing person. Have you ever seen any TV infomercials? It's an hour long, okay? It can be a set of knives. It can be a vacuum cleaner. It can be a mattress. But they all follow the same formula, okay? Stage 1 is, don't you hate it? Your knife is not sharp enough. Your vacuum cleaner doesn't suck. Your mattress is too firm, too soft, too whatever. This is describing their pain, okay? Yes, you are acknowledging, you understanding their pain. Okay? You can feel their pain. You're describing their pain back to them, right? And then next step is introducing new product. Check out this new set of knives. Check out this new vacuum cleaner. Check out this new mattress. See how much sharper this new set of knives are? See how much more powerful this new vacuum cleaner is? And see how much better or softer, firmer, or what have you this new mattress is? See how happy these people are using these new knives? Okay. Previously, they were not able to cut this, but now they can cut this plus more. And check out these new people using this new vacuum cleaner. Previously, they couldn't suck up this and that and the other. Now they can suck up not only this and that and the other, but also yada, 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 yada. And look at this new mattress. Okay, look at how happy these people are. They're waking up happy, refreshed because they had a wonderful night of sleep. Okay, that is a formula of infomercials. And step 3 of the infomercial is call to action. Okay, all you need is to make 3 easy payments of $99.99 plus shipping and handling. Call this number. Okay, and we'll be delivering it to you. And yada yada yada. It's call to action. That's the 3rd step. So using the formula of the infomercial, okay, this is how the message of your sales and marketing should be. You must start by describing their pain and their suffering. Okay, if you don't describe their pain and their suffering, you cannot go on to the next step because of human nature. Human nature has it that if you either intentionally or accidentally make other people feel you understand their pain, you understand their suffering, they like you, and they assume you have the solution to their problems. Human nature also has it. If you either intentionally or accidentally make them feel you don't care about their pain and their suffering, you don't want to know about their pain and their suffering, okay, they will reject anything else you have to say, including you trying to offer them solutions to solve their problems. Okay, it's called let them eat cake. If you don't know that story, Google, look it up. Okay, let them eat cake. It resulted in the French king getting his head cut off. Okay, so don't either intentionally or unintentionally make your prospects feel you cannot feel their pain and their suffering. Put in the effort to truly understand their pain and their suffering. Even if the pain is perception. It's perception in your mind. But to them, the pain is for real. My coffee is not exciting enough. Okay? The pain is less to do with my coffee is not exciting enough, but it's more to do with other people are drinking coffee that's more exciting than my coffee. Other people are having a more exciting life than my life. Other people are doing things that's more exciting than the things I'm doing. I am missing out. It's the fear of missing out. Okay? To them, that's for real and it's pain, and they're looking for a solution. And the solution is coffee that's more exciting than my current coffee. So, to sum it up, you must acknowledge their pain, and you must let them know that you understand, you can feel their pain and their suffering, even if their pain and their suffering is nothing but a perception. Next step is you offer your solution, which is your product, your service, you're trying to sell them. Okay, and instead of focusing on the features of your product and your service, okay, you must focus on the benefit of your product, of your service, the benefit to them. What pain are they going to no longer endure, and what pleasure are they going to start enjoying after they start using your product and or your service? Get them to envision, to imagine themselves living a different life, a better life, a next page of their lives, a next chapter of their lives, of enjoying the benefits of your product and your service. Get them to envision that. And describe the pain and then the pleasure with certainty. Okay? Certainty from you is extremely important. And you can't fake certainty. This is why you can only sell products and services that you personally actually believe that will benefit your prospects. Okay? Faking it, you're just not going to make the sale. Okay? I ask them what's going to happen to their lives if they continue to take no action, they let the situation continue, or they let the situation to deteriorate. What is going to happen to their lives? All right? I have a dog, okay, that bit me, bit my children, or bit the neighbor, okay? Well, what's going to happen if you don't take action? All right? And I have a car that's broken down and it's getting worse and worse all the time. All right? So what's going to happen if you don't take action? I have a roof that's leaking. Okay, what's going to happen to you if you don't take action? All right? And I got lung cancer, and what's going to happen if you don't quit smoking? All right? You let them to use their imagination, so they put the pressure on themselves. You are not using high pressure sales tactics. You are just letting them using their own imagination to come to the realization what's going to happen to them if they take no action. That's what you do here. And remember, it's all about pain and pleasure. And pain is a much more effective motivator than pleasure. And pain avoidance is an extremely effective motivator, okay? And should be utilized in all your sales and marketing efforts. Pain avoidance. So to sum it up, you intellectually understand their pain or their perception of a pain. You understand their pain deeper and better than themselves. And you let them know that you understand they're in pain. And this way you gain their trust. And they would assume you have the solution to them. Next step, you introduce your product or your service, which will solve their pain for them and give them pleasure, right? And the features will derive benefits for them. And you explain this with certainty because you truly believe the product will solve their pain and give them the pleasure that they are seeking. And you ask them questions, probing questions. Essentially, what's going to happen to their lives if they take no action? And get them to envision the pain getting more and more acute, stronger and stronger and bigger pain if they don't take action. And then you go for a call to action. Okay? And that's a quick summary of it. It's based on science, based on the science of human motivation, the science of how humans make decisions. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So this way, when I release new educational videos, you will be notified and you will be the first to learn. And also, make sure you send this video to as many people as possible so we can all learn and grow together and help each other to grow together. We're in this together. And if you need private coaching, business consulting, or training, feel free to contact me. And my contact details are linked below.